Welcome to the Daily MBA, where business wisdom is served fresh and fast, straight from one of the top MBA programs in the world. I'll give you summaries of my lectures and readings, as well as the most important insights gained from an MBA, so you can apply all of this knowledge in every business. Let's get started. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about performance measurements and how these are going to be crucial for evaluating your employees' performance. And this is important not only for making important decisions when you're planning them or executing them, but it's also going to be a motivator because you have to motivate your employees to meet their goals or to improve when they haven't met their goals. So performance measurement is something that's going to be crucial for strategic planning. It will always allow companies to track the progress towards achieving the strategic objectives and therefore evaluate the effectiveness of the strategies that you're making and also make informed decisions for the future improvement of a company. Why do we sometimes encounter problems in performance measurements? It's going to be because of agency problems. So we may have moral hazard when someone is doing something and I can't see it. We have adverse selection when someone else knows something that you don't. We also have free riders always, and we may also have information asymmetry. So all of these things are usually going to be problems that we are encountering all the time when we are evaluating the performance of our employees or our subordinates. And that's why we have to set up management control systems that are going to be effective controlling systems that will ensure that the activities will be completed in ways that lead to an organization's goals. And you don't just want to be putting out goals out there, you want them to be aligned with the ultimate goal, long-term goal of a company. So what are ways of doing this? We're going to go back to motivation things, and I will explain two concepts. First, expectancy theory, and then second, rewarding performance. So the expectancy theory is a theory of motivation that suggests that people are motivated to perform in a certain way if they know that their extra performance is going to be recognized and rewarded. And so consequently, companies that are using performance-based pay can expect improvements because performance-based pay is going to be linking the reward towards the effort most of the times. So what this technically states is that whatever your employee is expecting, these expectations are going to be met with the correct performance and the correct outcome. So this is going to be motivating people to act in a specific way. And that's why rewarding performance is so important. The other day, I was listening to Sundar Pichai, and he said that we shouldn't be rewarding performance, but rewarding effort. So if you want to do that in your company as well, not only rewarding people that get to do good things, but that they tried to do good things and they had an effort, you should also be stating that in your expectancy theory. So what you have to consider is just that you should clearly communicate how your expectations are going to be related to the reward. Then second, ensure that the rewards are attractive and meaningful for the person. And then third, you should provide the necessary resources and support in order for your employees to get to these goals. Now, if we're talking about goals, you should be setting up SMART goals. And maybe you've heard about this acronym, but it stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. So let's start looking into each one of these. First, specific is going to mean that your goal is going to be very narrow and very specific. And this is going to allow for effective planning because you can aim directly to that specific goal. Then, measurable is going to be something kind of hard sometimes because not everything can be measured, but ideally you would like a goal where you can be tracking and seeing the progress, whether it was achieved or not. And then that leads me to the third point, is it really achievable? make sure that the goals you're setting for yourself or for your employees are reasonable and they can achieve the goals within a specific time frame. The fourth factor would be relevant, and so this determines if your goals should align with the values and the long-term objectives of the company. So as I was saying, you don't just want to put any goal out there, you want it to be relevant into the company. And the last thing is that it should be time measured. So you have to set a realistic but an ambitious date in order to clarify the task prioritization and increase the motivation among your employees. Another thing that you might want to consider are going to be leading indicators and lagging indicators. So leading indicators are going to be all of those that predict future performance and are going to help you drive your daily initiatives. And lagging indicators, on the other hand, are going to reflect past performance and are going to help you assess the success or shape the long-term strategy that you want. And so I've already talked about many things that you should consider when measuring performance. First, avoiding agency problems. Second, including expectancy theory. Then setting up SMART goals. And then including leading indicators and lagging indicators. So how are we going to do all of these things wrapped up in one thing? This is going to be the balance scorecard. And so the balance scorecard is not perfect, but is going to be a good way of measuring all of the things that we've already set out into our goals. And so why is the balance scorecard a good thing? It's going to have usually 4 categories that you're going to measure: financial, customer, internal business process, and the learning and growth. So let's start expanding on the balance scorecards parts. The first one, financial. Here you want adequate financial returns that are going to be needed in order to give that to the shareholders. So of course, here we'll be analyzing the financial performance, usually in relation to the budget. But the thing is, it's not going to be the only factor we're analyzing. We may also look at the second thing, which is customer perspective. So here, our measures are going to tie into what the customers are saying about us, or what is commonly said, the voice of the client. So we want to improve the perception that our customers have from the company, and this, in the bottom line, is going to increase our profits because it will make our customers loyal and it will make them happier, so they're going to keep choosing our brand. The third factor is going to be internal processes, and this is also considered as operations, and that's why I brought it up in my operations episodes. So here, we're going to look at how the organization can see if it can improve our processes, optimize processes, or also where there are gaps in order to fill or improve profitability. So operations are also going to be an important aspect because it's not what you're showing into your customers or your finances, but it may be impacting everything that you're doing internally. Lastly, the learning and growth perspective is going to allow you to focus on the employee and how this person is improving its abilities, how this person is growing personally, professionally, how it is learning new things, how the job is meaningful to them. So you always want your employees to feel like they're growing also in your job. And these are going to be the 4 important elements that we want to consider. And so 4 questions that you could ask yourself would be, has financial performance improved? Do our customers recognize that we are delivering more value to them? Have we improved the delivery of more value? This would be the process part. And then lastly, are we maintaining the ability to change and improve? And so when you're evaluating someone on this performance metrics, what you want to look is first at the causality. So do we want to know if it was a cause and effect relationship? Was there causality, or was it just a coincidence? We want to have specific measures that will lead to this objective, and that way we can track them. You can't evaluate someone on something that's out of their scope. The second step would be actionable and measurable. So which things are going to be under the employer's control? You have to incentivize people to actually work towards that strategy. So if the things that you're going to be evaluating them for are not under his or her control, then this is going to be a useless measure. You always have to be looking for causality and for actionable and measurable. So now from this, you can always keep using this tool as a way to evaluate performance. And again, by using this, you're going to be avoiding all of the issues that we had with just evaluating on financial measures. If you like my episodes, make sure to share them with a friend that also wants to learn about business and give me a review so I can know that you're enjoying it. Also, check out the link in the comments so you can get access to my notes, and I'll see you in my next episode to keep learning more about MBA things.